This year, Marine Le Pen, the leader of the right-wing party Front National, scored 18% in this year's presidential election. It was the best score ever for a candidate of the Front National party. It is part of Marine Le Pen's new strategy to give the Front National a more decent face and an alternative to other parties on the right in France. So what are her plans for the next couple of years? Let's ask her herself, Marine Le Pen.
To accede to power, I believe that everything indicates that the movement which I preside has the right solutions for the things we are facing. Globalization, the financializing of the economy, the damage of free trade, and the influence of unlimited international competition on our jobs. An immigration which has spiraled out of control, the insecurity that's going the same way. So I sincerely believe that in the coming years we will be chosen to reform the country.
Now, you're also a member of the European Parliament. What's your opinion on the way Europe is handling the crisis so far?
You know, I'm a strong opponent of the European Union, which I call the European Soviet Union, because I think she puts a real totalitarian system in place.
So what would, according to you, be the solution to the crisis?
The solution would be to agree that the euro is dead and that we should stop saving it with all kinds of plans which are ruining the people and which make them slaves to debt. We should get our national currency back so we can export again and find growth again.
So you think that France should leave the euro?
I think we should all leave the euro. The only country that really benefits from the euro is Germany. But in reality, it's a suit that's too big for some and too small for others.
Now, this week the European Union gets a Nobel Prize. What's your opinion about that?
I don't know if I should laugh or cry about it, because the reality is that this so-called Europe of peace is a Europe of an economical war, a war with no mercy that has created millions and millions of jobless. The Eurozone has made the most poor people in the world in the last 10 years. So of course, evidently Europe does not deserve this prize, but it's even an insult to the people who are suffering a lot.
Is the Front National changing its electorate?
It is clear that our electorate is changing. We have more and more civil servants, for instance. We have more and more voters who come from the left, who are extremely disappointed by the horrible politics of the socialists. I think a lot of our Jewish compatriots realize that we are the only ones capable of defending them passionately against the rise of Islamic fundamentalism. No one in French politics dares to do that. Maybe because they're afraid to be treated as Islamophobes. We say things as they are. We are known for that. We have the courage to tell the truth and to propose the necessary solutions.
Now, there have been anti-Semitic incidents within the Front National, or there have been people who have sympathy for anti-Semitic ideas. What measures are being taken within the Front National to prevent anti-Semitism?
Well, you know, if there are anti-Semitic individuals, they're everywhere. But my opinion is really simple. I fire them. I kick them out as soon as I find them. In reality, the rise of anti-Semitism in France is linked to Islamic fundamentalism. During many years, a lot of organizations kept fighting anti-Semitism that did not exist anymore. I mean the anti-Semitism of the extreme right, without fighting against the anti-Semitism that is growing. Today they are starting to realize it. I just hope they're not too late.
Are European nationalist parties and Jewish communities becoming allies of convenience in the struggle against the problems in the Arab world?
I don't know if that makes us allies of convenience, but if it means that everyone will mobilize their power to fight against what I call new totalitarians, then it is clear that we're welcoming this. I know very well that the French Jews are not only voting based on anti-Semitism. Just like all the other people people in France, they're concerned by jobs, by the very difficult economic situation, by the loss of their purchasing power, by their children's security, by the defense of their national identity. And all this makes that they should be, of course, on our side.
Et tout cela fait que tout à fait évidemment, ils devraient se trouver à nos côtés.
You're very negative about the European Union, but could Europe do something, or what should Europe do to treat the immigration of the Arab world?
Mais elle ne peut rien faire. Donc c'est un mensonge que de faire croire qu'elle
Europe
pourrait.
cannot do anything. It's a lie to say it could. The organization that guards our borders is ridiculous. Frontex has something like 2 helicopters and maybe, I don't know, several tens of civil servants and officers. The reality is that only the people with national and bilateral and trilateral agreements can manage the problem of immigration. There will be a wave of immigration which will arrive as a result of the Islamic freeze that followed the Arab Spring. It's clear that Spain, France and Italy should work together to limit that kind of immigration. But the only way to take care of the problem of immigration is to stop being attractive to them.
What will be the first thing you would do in 2017 if you're elected president?
To reinstate our borders, because I believe that we cannot be owners at home when we don't have the key to the doors of our houses. We no longer have these keys. We have given the keys to the whole world. We have to find our borders again to guarantee the safety of our people and to do the necessary border checks. We should put into place the necessary tariffs to protect our companies and our economy against international competition. That's a prize to be master at home. So I am in favor of economic patriotism, as it is used by everyone. China, Russia, the USA, Canada, South America. Everybody protects its economy against unfair international competition, against social and environmental dumping. We are the only ones incapable of doing so.
Nous sommes les seuls à être incapables de le faire.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you
Je
very
vous en
much.
prie.
Merci.